Hello everyone and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, where I have decided to start modding the game, not just adding other people's mods to the game, but making my own. And to do that, I had watched some tutorials from Federico Pinati. I'll link those tutorials in the video description. I will probably not make my own tutorials because those tutorials were definitely good enough. What we have here is Launch Complex 36 at Cape Canaveral, and I have not added my version of it in here yet. This is how it is in stock. Though we do have the Kerbal Sim Cape Canaveral mod. I don't think that affects this area much though. And my own model isn't that much different. I don't think people are going to be wowed by it because I made it for Kerbal Space Program. I wanted, as my first mod for the game, to be something I've already made a model for. And so it'll just be this Launch Complex 36, where Blue Origin is going to be launching New Glenn soon. So this is a rocket launch, a test launch that is coming up, and I had made it for Kerbal Space Program because, of course, well, if you're going to simulate a rocket launch, you're probably going to do it in Kerbal Space Program. And since I already have the model available, I decided that should be a good thing to try out as my first mod in here. So, having flown around here so you get a good look at it, again, mine's is not going to be super different. That tower is going, though. I'll have a different launch. I haven't made the launch tower for the New Glenn rocket or anything like that. I just updated the buildings, added the tanks properly, increase the size of certain buildings and structures. So let me add it into the community folder because I have temporarily removed the package so that you can see what it is like in stock. Alright, I'm off from this skid strip again, and let's see the area. It's actually a little bit hard to spot it now because the tall structure is no longer there. It's over there. So the hangars that they have there are more prominent. So yep, here we are. This is the Launch Complex 36 version that I have in Kerbal Space Program. And you can sort of see the seam there because I wasn't intending for there to be the rest of the scenery, so I haven't matched it up quite right. But you can see the tanks here. It's a very subtle difference because, again, this was meant for Kerbal Space Program where it's a big difference in the scenery. It doesn't look anything like this. Darn live air traffic data. Anyway, yeah, it doesn't look anything as good in Kerbal Space Program as it does by default in Flight Sim. So there's a big upgrade there, and not as much of an upgrade here, but still, it's nice to see that I can add scenery to Flight Sim, and I will be taking requests, though I can't guarantee that I'll be doing all of them. I already know that I'm going to be doing Boca Chica. Pekka has allowed me to use his model of Boca Chica, so I'll adapt that for Boca Chica to make sure that that looks a little bit better. There had previously been Boca Chica scenery for Flight Sim 2020, but I think it's outdated, so it'll be better to have nicer scenery. I believe another viewer, Satellite 999, has talked about getting his building at Cape Canaveral properly represented. I don't know which building that is, but I suppose I'll have to add that as well. I'll put the link in the video description for Launch Complex 36. If you really want this one, I'll just package it and put it in the video description. I'm probably not going to put this one in flightsim.to because it's not really up to snuff, I think. But if you want it, I'll put it there. And yeah, otherwise, the Kerbal Sim Cape Canaveral mod is good. It's got the VAB and stuff like that, so I highly recommend that. If you don't have it for Flight Sim 2024 already, it was one of the earlier mods made for Flight Sim 2020, and it still works just fine. It adds the rocket garden and the visitor complex. Unless the stock game had added some of these things, it's a little bit hard to parse which of the things around here were added by the stock game and which were a Kerbal Sim, but I'm pretty sure the stock game did not have the VAB or Launch Complex 39A and 39B looking proper. So I'll put a link in the video description with the video tutorials that I used in order to create the scenery for Flight Sim 2024, and that will be good for that purpose, though it doesn't talk about how to make other kinds of mods. Actually, I previously made liveries for Flight Sim 2024, but only my personal ones. I never released those, and that's a whole other thing. And then there's also planes, which I hope to get into, but I really need good tutorials for that, because that's a whole complicated business. So with that, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do press like. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time.